On September 24, 2013, Paul Oliver lost control for the last time. After yet another domestic dispute, he did the unimaginable. He went up to his bedroom, loaded a gun, and walked down the stairs towards Chelsea and their 2 young sons.
He just looked at me and he said, "This is how miserable I am." And he tilted his head and smiled. And that's when he shot himself in the head.
When Paul Oliver became the 9th former player to shoot himself in just a 3-year span, it was almost old news. Another suicide for the NFL. Another autopsy revealing CTE, the brain disease that can cause sudden and dark personality changes. But as much attention as these men's suicides were getting, something else was being ignored. A different pattern of impulsive violence that many of them showed before their deaths. A pattern of domestic abuse. It's a pattern that scientists at Boston University had already begun to notice when, last fall, they received from Chelsea Oliver the remnants of her husband's brain.
There were lesions. There were these areas of abnormality in the what we call the anterior temporal lobe. And those areas are parts of the brain that are concerned with emotionality and assaultiveness and ability to control ourselves.
Are you telling me that as the disease progressed, he lost the ability to control himself?
Yeah, that's a pattern we've seen over and over.
Dr. Ann McKee and Chris Nowinski are part of the team at Boston University that helped bring the NFL's head injury crisis to light. Now they're seeing evidence that the NFL's new crisis, domestic violence, may be linked.
We're not saying that what they're doing is not wrong and they shouldn't be punished like anybody else. But what we are saying is we have to acknowledge the fact that the seat of some of this behavior might be the damage that we're doing to their brains.
It's very hard to comprehend domestic violence specifically. How do you hurt somebody that you love? Mm-hmm. Now you want us to believe that because a guy suffered head trauma, this may lead to his actions. Why shouldn't I look at all the other factors and variables in life?
Well, there are plenty of variables that can lead to it, but we know that with CTE, it leads to a short fuse. These guys used to be fine. They were entirely reasonable at all times of day, but now these guys are assaultive, they're overreacting, they're paranoid, they're jealous.
We will see violence going forward because we're sending very big, very strong brain damaged people out into the community.